and this is important for us to realize because a lot of you may or may not know, during the 2008 market crash, the black community lost about $1 trillion because everybody panicked and sold their stocks when the market went down. Like so much money got lost. John Rogers, shout out to him. He's a billionaire in Chicago. He wrote a very nice article about that, explaining that. And I met John one time. I went to his office. We sat down and talked for a while. I also saw him at a Cornell West event. So me, him, Cornell West, and Father Michael Flager, another guy that I love. We were all just sitting talking, and I like him. Whenever I meet like these wealthy black people, I always wonder, okay, are you a brother or are you a real brother? Are you just black? Like which one are you, right? So I was trying to figure out what kind of man he was, and I really liked him. I was very impressed based on what I saw, but I don't know him deeply enough to give a full assessment. But I liked what I saw. Cornell West, I love him. I spent many hours with him. That is a great human being, in my opinion. So anyway, with that being said, John Rogers wrote this really great article. I think it was in the Wall Street Journal, where he basically said, the black community, you gave away $1 trillion in wealth when you sold all your stocks during the 2007 crash. You were cheering for Obama in one hand, but giving away your wealth in the other. Right. So you think that you're getting more power because you got this guy in the White House that looks like you, but you're giving away your real power because you're throwing your economics away. So it's kind of this weird contrast here. And what he explained is that if you look at the market, if you look at a chart of what happened to the Dow and the S&P 500 after that crash, um, it was amazing. Like, so people that were able to be, let me see if I can find a chart. I just want y'all to see this so you can just realize how much black wealth was given away with that market crash. Um, Basically, people who were able to buy the dip or at least hold during the dip made a ridiculous amount of money from the people that gave all their wealth away, right? So here, if you look at this chart, you can see if you go back to 2000 and here's the crash. Well, duh, boys. I said 2007, 2000. I meant to say 2009 because that's actually when the market formally crashed. But the real estate problem went back, I think, to 07, 08. But here, March 6, 2009, look at that. The S&P 500 went all the way down to 683. It's much higher now. Now it's 5,869. So think about that. I mean, that's almost 10x. That's 10x, literally to what it was before. That's great. That should be crazy enough for you, right? But here you see that there was this big drop where it went from 14 to 6 something. So that's pretty scary. That scared a lot of people. And one of the reasons that my wife, who's a therapist and a professor of social work, worked with me to create the Black Financial Therapy Department in the Black Business School. This is the first ever Black Financial Therapy Department ever created anywhere. So we are making Black history here with the best scientists, is because what we concluded is that when she got her trauma certification, is she convinced me that your trauma is what's killing your wealth. Your trauma. Traumatized people panic easy. Traumatized people can't stay in relationships because they freak out when something goes wrong. Traumatized people can't make good economic decisions because they're so influenced by instant gratification or self-medication that they make short-term decisions to alleviate this unresolved pain that lies inside of them because of maybe things that happened to you when you were 9. So the trauma kicks in. When you're looking, I mean, financial trauma is almost one of the worst types of trauma that there is. There are very few things that are scarier for people than to look at wealth that you thought you had and to see the value of an asset drop and to see yourself lose $20,000 in your 401k. So the trauma kicks in. Traumatized people can't see the big picture. They don't know how to level off and calm down. They freak out and they run. So basically, this is what happened at this particular point in time.